Hi, we will discuss about the ngfor directive. Before we start this video, if you don't subscribe my channel, please subscribe it. And the ngfor directive is very much similar to the for loop, which is used in programming languages. And the purpose of the for loop and ngfor is similar. So which one is used to iterate over a collection of data. The syntax of ngfor is like here I mentioned like as ngfor equals that and value of collection. So collection it could be an array. So this array we will use in our example, and we will create the tables, and we'll get we will also looks like how to get the index of the current elements. And then once the table is created, then how the table looks like, it will looks like this. Let me show you an example how to create a table. So in component.ts file, you can see here we are using this array, students array, as I mentioned earlier. So actually, just to save the time, I already created this array. And we already have a css. This is a css which we are using. This is also already created. Now let me create the table. Let's make it class. Let's use the class center just to create this table in the center. Let's first create a table header. We can also create a table header dynamically. We'll show you in next video. As of now, we are just hard coding the table header. First is id, first name, last name, and the branch, and DOB and gender. First name, last name, and here you will see the branch, DOB, and gender. Now let's create a body of this table. So in here, what you have to do, you have to use this ngfor. Just to create a table row and iterate over the collection and create a table row. ngfor let keyword and this value of array. Let's create a table column. Student.id. First name, first name, last name. Copy this, and this is last name, then branch and DOB, and last one is gender. So what we are doing, actually we are accessing this only. All key, id, first name, last name, gender, DOB, and branch, and we are accessing the value based on this key. Let's see how the tables looks like. See. So then the next thing is what you have to do whenever you are working on in your application, second thing is you have to check like this collection is empty or not. If it's empty, then you have to show the message like no students to display. Let me use here ngif directive just to check the length of this array. First thing is it's exists or not, okay, or length equals to 0. If it's not exist, then then you will also get the message like no students to display. Let me create one TD because we have a 7 columns in a row. Let's make it, let's use the corresponding here 7 and then no students to, or you can put it like no record found, anything, whatever is the message is suitable for your requirement, because we have data. So okay, let me show you the example. Just remove all the data from here. Let's see, give me a second. String dot length equals to 0. What's going on? Oh shit, this is ngf, huh? So no students to display. And here change m to ng. Now see, no students to display. Okay, let's change it to this array. Okay, let's see like how to get the index from array. What you have to do, you have to add just let keyword here. Let I equals index. What we are doing, we are putting this we are assigning this index to this variable, I variable, and we can access it. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me create one more column and then we'll see the index of current elements. I. Okay, now see 1 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, because we don't have any header, so it looks like that's why it's looking like this. Okay, let me create this here, index, one more header. Then see index 0 1 2 3 4 5, so it's start with 0. Okay, then we will also, okay, let's check like how to identify the first and last elements in a collection. Let's change the source code here. We'll see first and last also. First, so td th first and last. Let's use the same let keyword. Okay, we'll check each first Okay, and for the last is last, so it's basically the returns boolean value. Is last. Okay, let's check. TD H first, and is last. Let's see what's the error. Is last does not exist on type students its component. Let's see. So, what's wrong with it? Let's see. Okay, now I think it should work. See, still returns 2, false, 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 true. So how it works, let me explain. First, what it does, it returns true. Okay, if the current element is the first element in the iteration, else it will return false. Okay, and then the last it returns the boolean true if the current element is the last element in the iteration, else it will return false. Okay, let me remove this. We'll see. So you can see here this is true only because the other one, this one, this is not at the last elements. I think you are getting on. Okay, let me tell you. So it's check the rows, like first row is not your last row. Okay, and in case the first, you can check, you can see here it's true because it's a first row, it's a first element. Okay, for other it's false, and for last, because this records this row is a last row, that's why it's true, and for other it's false. Okay, you can also go check here index. So how this is how it works. You can also check like a even and odd. Just it's also like a similar. Okay, just use the even and odd and then assign to the value, and then print it, and you will see it's worked or not. Even and odd also. So it will also check even in odd case. It will also check this row is even or not. Okay. So this is how it works, and yeah, that's it from my side. Thanks for listening. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the like button, and yeah, thanks.